local feel with global reach. I'm T Rex, and you're about to check out Out of Bounds with me and my co host. Starting at the top, we got Vonda, then we got Keisha, then we got Denise, and then we got
Hey,
my number one big daddy in the house, Big Henry. How y'all doing today?
What's up,
I'm
yo?
cool.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hey
Hey,
everyone.
Y'all
what's
sound like
so
y'all in
funny?
church. Y'all sound like y'all in church. Hey, everyone. Anyway, check this out. So today we're going to talking about, it says finances in relationship, but I think Vonda said something different when she said it. So I'm going to pass it to Vonda so she can correct it. So when we go through this conversation we're about to have, everybody will know what we're talking about. So go ahead, Vonda, explain it.
Okay, what I've initially thought about was should you ask a, I'm speaking on the woman's perspective. I know we're going to be talking about men and women, but um, should you ask a man to assist financially if you guys are in a solid relationship or if you're even married? Should you ask for assistance financially? Um, and should the man offer if the man knows that you need help, or should he offer? And if he doesn't offer, how should you approach asking for assistance?
Hmm.
Well, I'm
Y'all ready?
I'm gonna, I'm gonna start it off,
Go ahead,
Terry. I'll
Henry.
start it off, my man, if you don't mind. Uh, and
Go
I'll go
ahead.
through each one of the little scenarios that she said. First of all, if you're married, you guys should be equally yoked. Okay, so there's no need to ask for anything there because what's yours is mine, and mine is yours also. So you should be on one accord as husband and wife. There's got to be communication there on what you're doing and so
True.
forth. So, and it all starts with communication. Now, if you're in a relationship, you just started in a relationship, and we just started, uh, I don't think I would ask for assistance, or I wouldn't want anybody asking me for assistance if
Right.
we're just starting out. Now, if we're in a committed relationship
Mm.
and we've been going for a while, absolutely, there's no issues with that at all. Then because if I need something, then I would have a problem asking because I was always taught don't never let anyone outdo you in the relationship. If a lady gives you a pair of shoes, you give her two pair of shoes. That's
Hmm.
the way I am.
Mm.
So
Mm.
because that way if something goes sour, then you can't say anything about anything. I want this or nothing like that.
I agree with that.
That's just the way I am. So
Ladies, y'all got anything before I say my piece?
Uh,
Go ahead.
Definitely. So I feel like, well, first of all, I'm stingy when it comes to my money. Not only that, but I have three kids that I'm responsible for. Don't ask me for no money. If we are just now dating, I think that that's a no. However, if we are in a committed relationship, I think it should be give and take. I think it should be equal. If you need something, you can come to me. If I need something, I can come to you. But if we are, dating and kicking it, don't ask me for any money because it's a turn off and I'm liable to block you.
Ooh, you gonna block your daddy when I ask you for some money?
You my daddy. We got that's a difference. I'm not, but I will block you. Don't ask me, but I'm stingy. So
All right, Denise. Before we get to Vonda, what you got? What you got to say on that before we get into the real conversation? Because I know Henry got something to tell
oh,
us.
most definitely, bro.
I mean, I'm just like Keisha said, and like Henry said. I mean, it should be a two-way. What's yours is yours, and mine, is yours. But in a lot of relationships, it's not like that, though. It's not really
that's
like
true.
that. A lot of relationships are one-sided, and but don't start out in a relationship asking no one for money. No, that's not a good thing.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I now that part I agree with you. I mean, if it's a continuing relationship or it's been a prolonged relationship, we talking about at least over 6 months, and something goes crazy. Yeah, but like if you borrowing money, and then you're going to pay it back, I'm okay with that. But
Mhm.
if you're going to just ask for money just because you want to get your nails done, your car repaired, or something of that nature, then I do expect the money back. But now, like everyone said, is we're in a committed relationship and it's been prolonged 6 months, and even if we're there in the same domain, it's not hard to help somebody if they're a little down and out. But it shouldn't be asking money for things that are not a necessity in my book. I mean, that's how I feel. So, hello, Laura, how you doing? Has anyone got anything different on that one? Because that's honestly, that's how I feel, and I know Vonda got a lot to talk about since it's her topic. So, tell us what you want us to know, and then we'll comment on what you want us to know.
Gary
Terry,
Stowe said, "What's up?"
Hey, Carmen Adams, one of my coworkers. Yeah, I agree with everything every one of you said. And the key thing is committed relationship, as far as, with the finances, asking, for help or assistance, or maybe borrowing money. But it's not something that I'm like Kisa right off the bat. No, because that tells me a bit about your intentions, possibly. And that's just not cool.
Right.
And so I think I don't think there's anything wrong, because sometimes you fall on hard times. There's things that come up, life happens. And so there's not anything wrong, as long as you have that understanding, and I think it and that being able to provide finances, or let somebody let the other partner borrow, there has to be some type of trust there.
Mhm.
I think
Mm.
that's my
Well, I
take.
got something for y'all before Henry jump on this. So I was scrolling through TikTok, or it was on Facebook, but anyway, it's a video, and I don't know if y'all saw it. Homeboy was up in the car working on his car, and then his girlfriend came by. She lowered a jack on his chest, reached in his pocket, took all his money out, put her in her top. Then she raised it back up, and then he said, "What are you doing? Why are you trying to kill me?" And then she went off talking about, "Well, I'm a high priced woman. You supposed to keep me getting my hair and my nails and all this done." So with that being said, right there, we don't need to go any more into the video. Why is it that when a man's in a relationship and a woman finances may be a little twisted, why is it the man's responsibility to keep her with her hair and her nails, whatever she feels what makes her high price? Is it the man's priority for him to spend his extra money on her?
well, Terry, I think it's how you start the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If you start out trying to be the big dog, the shot call, and all of that, and you trying to uphold an image, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to start a relationship the way you end a relationship, or the relationship continues. Then if you're gonna play that role, then okay, then yeah, you need to live that role. If you're overstepping your bounds or your means, then that's on you. That's a fault that you have. But if you let your intentions be known from the start, from day
Mm-hmm.
one, then everything is clear, man. Everything is clear. And I'm gonna tell this little story real quick, but I don't want to get off the subject. But I saw a young lady that I went to high school with. This was prior to me being married, and we hadn't seen each other in 10 years or so. And I said, maybe we'll hook up and go out to dinner or something. He said, okay, why don't we do lunch today? Can we do lunch today? I said, yeah, I'm good. So we get out to lunch today. It was my intentions to pay for the meal. That was because I had invited her out. So,
Mm-hmm.
but when we got there, she started talking about, boy, my nails are due, my hair. I need to keep my hair up. Uh, I need a new dress. I need this. I need that, and all of that. And I said, I understand, because I need help too, because my water bill is due, my house note is due. I know exactly what you're talking about. So the waitress came and she bought the ticket. And she said, one ticket or two, definitely two. And she looked at me and said, are you for real? I said, you not, so I'm not. There it is.
Okay, ladies. What's your reply? Because I know y'all. I can see Keisha.
I'm over here about to explode. First, let me say this. When you are in a committed relationship, you are trying to build with somebody. So you should have already had the finance money talk when you are in a committed relationship, because money is one of the main reasons that relationships do not work out. So I do urge you to, before you get into a committed relationship, that you need to have the money talk. Number two, you know how me and Daddy, we go back and forth. It's not always the men who have to dish out money. Women have to dish out money too. So with that said, however, whatever you do, like Mr. Henry said, when you start the relationship, if you get nails done in the beginning, that's what they expect. They expect for you to continue to do that. So you have to make it clear when you first start dating somebody what your intentions are. But yeah, I don't blame you, Mr. Henry. I don't think I would have paid for her food either.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, Denise. I know you're on fire back there.
No, I'm not really on fire because I see, you need to get that stuff up front. You need to have that. I understand, like she said up front about stuff like that. I get my own hair, nails, and stuff done, so I don't have to worry about, whatever, because I'm always going to have my own. I'm not going to depend on, even if I'm in a committed relationship, I'm not going to depend on a man to do what I've always been done before we was in a relationship. Exactly. So I'm always going to have my stuff.
Exactly.
Well, let's take it away from what we do, okay? Because I know we are all independent, so we all do things different. But we do have a friend or associate that we can answer the questions about and tell about that associate. You can, this. I know Henry's heard, and I heard it many times. Brothers come back, they be like, I took her here, I do this for her, and she wants more, she wants more, she wants more. And then you always ask him, well, why are you continuing to give her more?
Right.
Well, I love her. Well, then if you love her, you make sacrifices. I get the sacrifices. But if you're not in love with a woman or in serious like with a woman, then you should just be upfront and say, hey, I'm not, your bills are your bills. When we go out, if you ask me out, then I expect you to pay. If I asked you out, then you should expect me to pay. And that's how it goes. So
I think it also says a lot about the woman that he's dating, because when you really care about somebody, you don't want to add any more stress or burden to them. You want to be their helpmate. You want to be with them. So if he is having problems, paying for her to do this, this, and this, and she continues to ask, then what's that saying about how she truly feels about him and the relationship that they're in? Because, me personally, I wouldn't want to add any stress or burden, the person that I'm with, because like I said, when you're in a relationship, you build together. You want to reach for excellence together. And if you continue to keep asking and he's stressing and having to work job after job after job to pay for this, then really, dude, what's that saying about your relationship? It's time to drop the zero and get with a hero.
And I'm gonna do like Terry said. Terry mentioned the little boy. I mean, the dude on TikTok. I'm gonna be like the little boy in the car seat. Bull shucks. Bull shucks. Bull shucks. Bull shucks. He didn't say shucks.
I know what he said. I saw it.
That's a good one there. That's a good one.
And I do, and I think that as women, we have to realize that not every man has a 6-figure income.
That's right.
Yeah, and they may not have the means to do it. And like Keisha said, you don't want to put undue stress on your mate or anybody you're trying to develop a relationship with. But not every man has that big income. So that's something to consider. If that's the man that you want, then I mean, if you want somebody that makes a 6-figure income and you're talking to somebody that's not, you just need to go ahead on and
Yeah.
cut your ties and
Yeah.
and
But
not.
also, Vonda, that person can have a 6-figure income, but if he or she is not living within their means, that's trouble. That's a recipe for disaster.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
And you
agree.
can have a 6-figure income and still don't want to spend it on nobody else.
exactly,
That's right.
That's true.
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just think what Vonda said is true, but you always have to. And Henry both hit a good point. Just because you're making 6 figures, you shouldn't assume that a person is making at the high level 6, at the high 6, medium 6, or a low 6.
Mhm.
You should always understand that if he has it in his budget, then that's what he's budgeting.
Mhm.
You know, unless you, I got friends, and we probably all have friends who making it in the high 6 figures, and they still have to budget their money because let's be honest. If you making 800,000 a year, which I'm not, don't try to be sending me no notes. I ain't making 800,000. I'm making like 450, and I ain't talking about 450. I'm talking about $4.50.
Whatever.
But what I'm trying to get you, what I'm trying to get you to understand is he is more money you make, more your expenses are. Obviously, you have a bigger house, you have more expensive cars, and so forth and so on. So just because he's making that money doesn't mean it's available
Mhm.
to give out. And plus, it could be going into a retirement fund, to his own savings account, or some of that nature. So,
Mhm.
what do y'all think about that?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I'm big on saving for the future, retirement and things like that. And I feel like if you are in a committed relationship, that's where your money should be. It should not be, all about materialistic things. It should be about saving for the future. Like I said, you're supposed to be building together, building for the future. But Miss Lord got a
Laura
point. She
said,
said the more you make, the more you spend. And
That's true.
that
yes,
more money, more problems. I totally agree with that.
and that's the truth. I
Yeah.
mean, I see it all the time,
Yeah.
so I know it.
Yeah.
But Miss thanks for tuning in to TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. I'm T Rex, and you're watching Out of Bounds with me. Top girl is my daughter, Keisha, Vonda, Denise, and my frat brother Henry. We all here trying to understand why, when you start a relationship, let's say start a relationship. Let's not go into a deep relationship. We start a relationship. We're still in the first 3 months. That you would ask the person to borrow money in a new relationship. And I would like for everybody that's listening in range of TAN TVs, Facebook, or whatever mechanism you're on, send us a text or something so we can get your answer on here. Because I tell you, that's a real topic right there. I don't understand it because if y'all saw my things, my little advertisement, it said for the love of money. So that's what I'm saying. So y'all gotta be real with it. And I'm sure that there's always an exception to the rule, but you should never ever just assume because someone's driving a nice car or live in a nice house, or just because someone lives in California don't mean they balling. Wherever they live in, that the cost of living could be more than where you're at, because hey, if you out here with me, gas is almost $6 a gallon. So you got, everybody's saving them pennies for a rainy day.
But in the
So
first 3 months, like, can you really take somebody serious if they're asking you for money within the first 3 months? Like, is that
No.
not a red flag or a turnoff? I mean, it is for me, but
Well, Keisha, I'm gonna answer. I don't know how they do it in California and Atlanta, but here in the bluff city of Memphis, Tennessee, man, they're gonna do the Flavor Flav on you. I can't do nothing for you, man.
that's why I'm like, is that common? Because 3 months in a relationship is when you're supposed to be wooing and getting this person, to like you. And how can I, take you serious and you asking me for money to get a haircut and stuff like that? So
Is there ever an instance you all think that is something that you would consider doing if there's somebody you're trying to build a relationship with is in dire straits, if they have it's something that devastated may have happened? happening, they may need your help. What do you guys think about
Yeah.
that?
In the first 3 months,
No, that's no. I think
Yeah.
it's 3 months, a year, whatever. I think it's okay because that person needs it. Like I said before, if we're in a relationship or we're just friends. I mean, I got frat brothers and families there that we they need help every now and then, and so we all pitch in to give them help. And so, with that being said, yes, but you know, kind of keep it in your means. I mean, don't wait till you're 10 months behind your mortgage, or say something right up front so it can be in a reasonable amount that we can take care of. But by all means, Vonda, I believe that if you're in a committed relationship or a new relationship, but your friendship is that strong, I think you should do that.
Mhm.
But it should be for something that uh, works, because some men will probably think, hey, you know, this is how it's going to be forever, and they probably just ease on back, slide in their car, and
This is
drive off.
general. Right.
Vonda, I'm gonna say no. And I'm going to say that because in the first 3 months, like if you are a family, friend, sorority sister, yes, definitely I'm going to help you. First 3 months and I've just met you, I'm not lending money. I'm not.
Yeah.
You need to contact a friend or someone else. That's just me.
And I ain't co-signing for nothing.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh
No,
no.
no,
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
No. Now, committed relationship, yeah, but first 3 months, no. Because
So
what if
you
you let them borrow that money 3 months? You don't really know them enough to know you're gonna get their money back. And I feel like
And they say you should never lend anything that you
Right.
need anyway.
right, you're right. So no, I'm not.
That's
Well,
really-
I'm like this. When people borrow money, they come looking for you. But it's always when they say you're gonna get the money, come get the money, you gotta look for them.
No.
So I always say, unless you're around all the time, excuse me, I don't do it. I mean, excuse me again. We all probably have these people on Facebook texting you, asking you for money. And I mean, it's okay. But if you're not family or somebody that I know about, and plus, especially with the way these scams are going, you have to be careful.
Mhm.
Let me hold your ATM card, man. They might
No.
what they call it when they copy it and they use it for themselves. So no, cloning, that's the word they use. They clone your card. So you got to be careful. Laura says being married makes it much easier. Being single makes it not the same. And
Well-
it's true. If you married, you a team. If you married, you a team. If you're living together and you sharing the bills of the house, you are a team. But if you go home every night and you can't make your ends meet, I mean, then we need to sit down and talk about it. Maybe we shouldn't be going to the movies or the club on vacation. Maybe we should hold back and make sure you get yourself situated.
That's true. That's true. And Terry, it's really a shame too, man, that I know here in Memphis, one of the biggest schemes or scams that's going on right now, like you see a person out with another person, a girl or a guy, and they posing for a selfie, and they'll say, hey, you want me to take your picture? And they'll you say, oh yeah, and you give them your phone. And the first thing they do is go through and look at find your cash out and send them money, and then hold up while
Lord.
and send them money, and then they erase the trace so you can't see it and take your picture and go ahead and do it. That's one of the biggest schemes that's going on in Memphis right now. So be careful on that situation, on who you get your phone to, because man, it's treacherous out here. I guess they say, like the young people say, the struggle is real. But I'm gonna go a different way on Vonda. Vonda, anything can happen to anybody. You got to know that person. You know what I'm saying? When you're involved with a person, just because I'm a ditch digger today, don't mean I'm gonna be a ditch digger tomorrow. So you get to know that person and understand that person, and you can tell if that person is real or not. You know what I'm saying? And then let your heart decide on what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? And you go with it like that, no matter what happens, and you went at it wholeheartedly, you ain't getting dogged out. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to be very, very cautious.
Mhm.
Preach.
You know, even in marriages, you have you have men or women who depend more on the other spouse, and I don't think that that's right. I think it should be equal.
Mhm.
So I don't think
Well,
being married makes it all that
Well,
easier sometimes.
well, it's what. Oh, go ahead, Denise. You haven't spoken.
I
On
didn't say anything.
Oh,
Oh, he showed up on the screen. Because it's whatever works in your relationship, whether married or whatever. I could say married
mhm.
because I was married for so long, but it just depends. You know, what works for one relationship doesn't work for
Right.
the other. Maybe you put your money together for bills and then you have your own account, or you have some you know, that
Mhm.
you work for and you put to the side for
Mhm.
yourself to do whatever you want to do with entertainment, shopping, or whatever. But you
yeah,
know,
that makes
I
sense.
think that it's shared. It doesn't always have to be 50-50 across the board. You know, maybe one partner takes care of day-to-day operations, whereas the other may take their money and invest
Mhm.
and long-term savings or whatever for the future of the family. So it just depends.
Yep, I agree.
Hmm.
I definitely agree. I'm big on having a separate account and then a joint account. But what I meant
Mhm.
was you have people in marriages sometimes who, you know, when we were together, you were working, and then we got together, you just stopped working and stopped contributing, and that causes issues because it puts
Well,
a lot of pressure on the other person.
I agree. Well, we had another topic to talk about. I left my notes. My niece rolled up a little bit, so I left my notes in the room. What was the second topic we were supposed to talk about? It was two.
We
One
talk
was Vonda's and one was Denise. The second one was what?
Why do some men spend their money differently on different women?
That was the second. That's a real good topic. Henry, you
Mhm.
want to address that, or you want me to go ahead and give it a go?
No, go ahead and give it a go, bro. Because man, I got some stuff spinning through my head, and I want to make sure that I say this the right way without. So y'all will
Yeah.
invite me to come back.
Well, I think that's a good question, Denise, and I think the answer to it is real simple. The dead. It's how you dead. You dead. I think it's how you feel about a person. How you feel about a person. I mean, if you meet if you're trying to impress somebody and you taking her out for a dinner, you might spend a different dinner on it. But if you're dating a friend that you've been knowing and then it turns from friendship and something else, and you're pretty comfortable with each other, then yeah, you might not take her to a fancy restaurant. You might take her to a Fridays or one of those mid-range restaurants that you can sit down and have a cocktail, some hot wings or something, and just conversate. But if it's, that's one reason why I was saying, and birthday gifts are different. I mean, it depends on the relationship. I think. What do you?
And why do some men do for some women and they won't do for the other? Say, for instance, a man has two women. I'm just making an example. And Denise, I think this is along the lines of what you were talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you have two ladies and you might do a whole lot more for one and than you do for the other. So
Hmm.
what's
Yeah.
the difference? I mean, how help me out, man? How do y'all?
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you like this
No.
now. I don't. This totally new to me.
And I know you married, so
Yeah. This totally new to me. But I've never, and no matter what you may believe, what you may think, I've never dated more than one woman at a time. Never had.
One.
Never.
Yeah.
Now I have gone from breaking up on a Monday and into a relationship on Tuesday. I've done that. But I've never dated more than one woman at one time, and I just can't see myself treating one differently than the other. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that.
But
It's gonna be
but
decided.
men do that. Men do that. They
Okay.
do that.
This one don't
Uh,
and hasn't.
Okay,
Well,
you're an
you know,
exception. You're an exception. But the question was, why do men do not? Why did Henry do that? The question was, why do men do that?
I
because
got
they
you.
like
well,
one
that is
better
true,
than
and
the
I'm going to
other.
tell you, Denise, because
What
it ain't about Terry; it's about Henry.
what you what you say, Keisha?
Because they like one more than the other.
Then just hang
Yeah,
with the
Not
other
necessarily.
then.
And then they
Well,
may have a woman for a different purpose. Maybe they'll have one for
but yeah,
that one woman gives them money or does things for them, or maybe another one cooks and feeds them, or maybe another one does their laundry, or just whatever.
And it could be the different type
well,
of women. Maybe one woman, all she know is Fridays. Maybe Fridays is
it,
expensive to
to
her.
her. Mhm.
Right.
That's
And
true.
to the other one, I need a 5-star, here, a 5-star restaurant. So he has to pay more because that's the caliber of woman that she is. But maybe
yeah.
Fridays is just fancy to her. So maybe
Right.
that's what you get
Or
Fridays.
or I'm gonna talk
What's
for
wrong
a
with
friend.
Fridays?
Frats. I
Fridays,
don't know
I'm
why she
not
brought
yet.
that up.
I don't mind going to Fridays, but if it's my birthday or a special occasion, and Bay, if you watching, don't take me to Fridays.
Okay. Well,
and
well,
Saturday either.
Well, I think it's like this. I think that
Mm.
speaking for people that we know that date multiple women, it just depends on the situation. I mean, if we're going on a vacation somewhere like Mexico or England or something like that, yeah, I'm gonna spend more money on you because the vacation is more. And then if we're just shooting down the freeway, then I'm not. I don't spend over dollars on that. That's kind of crazy. But to go to Hawaii or something very nice, yeah, you spend money on them. And but I think the biggest problem is that when you were sitting there saying that it's okay for a cat to date two women at the same time, and I need to know his number so I can call him so I can get some play by play instructions on how to do that because it's very hard. Uh, even if you make it in the high six figures, because obviously the more money you make, the more problems you have.
That's correct. And a lot of times women, I was watching this show, and a lot of times women say, I want a six-figure man, and I want a man with tall, dark, and handsome. And I want him 6 figures and all this. But you have to understand that a six-figure man is hard to handle
That is true.
because it's just not you he's got going on. He's got all these other women coming at him too and different things. So a six-figure man, we all say we want not everybody, but most so they want a six-figure man and all that. But you got to be conscious when you say that because it's hard to keep a six-figure man.
It is because he's got options. He's got options.
Right.
When you sit there and
no.
you start fussing and cussing about something, homeboy can just say peace and move on. Or
Now,
or like the Nukes do, throw up the deuces and tell you I'm out.
now you got the guy that's working at the Waffle House, playing his cards right, working out, got the 6-pack, the 12-pack, looking good. He got options. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna go to the Waffle House and you're gonna say, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? So
That's
and
it.
just be real with
That's
it
it.
now. But you know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. But it's more apt for the man to be attracted to the lady that's working at the Waffle House than the woman is than the man working at the Waffle House.
That's
just
true.
That is true.
That's true.
Hold on one second, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. It's T-Rex. We're doing Out of Bounds with the crew. We're talking about why does a man treat one woman different than does another with his money. So with that being said, Vonda, what do you think he should do? Tell men what they should do, or for a friend.
Set their butt down. Wait a minute.
I mean, not have two women at one time.
Man,
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
One is one too many most of the
that
time.
goes that goes both ways too, Father. You got women out there that's got.
True.
Oh yeah.
But he asked me about the okay.
I know. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
you're right.
you got women out there that's that's running the show too now. So, and they think they
But
slick.
They think they're slick.
Yeah, they think they slick. You just got
Who think they
We have to
slick?
talk.
Who?
girls
Who
are
you
players too.
You know, players too.
Yeah.
Girls are players too. They are slick. Women are slick.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
They
slick.
smart.
We're smart. We think ahead.
yeah, we're a step ahead of you guys.
Usually we're 2 steps ahead. Right. Usually
Yeah,
we're 2 steps.
we're smarter than you guys.
Okay, that's what I want you to think.
Henry, don't
No,
spoil
that
it.
ain't what
You're
you
supposed
think.
to-
It's what you
No,
know.
you're not.
Right.
We already
Yes,
know
that's
that.
what
We know.
That is
We don't think
not
that.
It be some
Mhm.
silly lies y'all be telling.
Yes. we
I
might.
think-
We
I
might.
think that-
We might want you
Don't
to
get me
think.
started.
We might want you to think that we believe what you telling us.
Right.
Right.
That-
I mean,
And you know what? I will say, you know what? I'm this type of woman. I'll let you tell lies all day long. And I'm just
Cause you're lying.
I know the truth,
Right.
but I'm just like listening to you. Did you really think that I believe what you're
Right.
saying? Just because I'm not calling you on it,
Right.
just because I'm not saying I know this or that to be true.
Exactly.
I'm just like, I'm
Exactly.
just
but Superman did Lois Lane that for years.
That's different.
Yeah.
That is this guy now.
How's that different? I mean, there's men out there that have secret lives.
But both Superman and what was his name both wanted her.
Right.
Well, I just have
Look,
to
I
be
put it
honest.
like
I have
this.
to be
I
honest.
am who I am because of the man in the red shirt. So I was raised to be smart when it comes to
That's
men.
right.
I was raised to,
Mhm.
be independent and not
Yep.
depend on no
Me
man to
too.
take care of me. So when
Absolutely.
somebody asks me for some money, deuces, because my daddy raised me. If you can't do for me what my daddy did for me, I don't need you.
What was that? My pastor was preaching, and he was saying that. Excuse me. My pastor was preaching, and he was saying that your first date should be your father. And when you get a man, and he thinks because he takes you to Red Lobster, that's something. You like, my daddy took me to Red Lobster
Right.
forever, so that ain't really nothing.
Right.
That is
Right. And a lot of times
Somebody-
you're getting the women that y'all are talking about, the women that want their nails done and this and it's because they 9 times out of 10 didn't have that growing up.
Right.
You know. So I guess that's the reason I am who I am. And I like who I am. I ain't seem to have
That
no
is true.
problem. So
Somebody said men lie so much they believe their lies.
They do. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
they
That's
do.
true.
That's true.
They
Yes.
do.
Whoever.
And they want you, and
They
they
do.
want you to believe them too.
They do.
First of all, I got a question. Why does a grown man have to lie?
Why?
You
That's
tell me.
a good question.
Why?
Tell us that. You tell us.
Well, I can tell you why. I can tell you why. Either he's very much in love with that woman and he doesn't want to hurt her feelings, or he just in a situation he can't get out and he's trying to find a way out. Because most fellas I know, especially at a mature age, they got their life together. I was about to say that S word. They got their life together. They don't, they're making enough money. They pay their own bills. They got their own house. Why you gotta lie?
They got game too.
Yep,
but
they
you
got
ain't gotta
game.
lie. You ain't gotta lie.
No,
Just
you
tell
don't.
me-
You don't.
You
You
don't.
but they do.
But you know
They
what?
do lie.
I want to ask a question since y'all brought that up. When a man tells you what you assume that's a lie, how do you know it's a lie?
Because what you do in the dark come out in the light. It's gonna
And that
come
woman's
out.
intuition
Yeah, I was
kicks in
just gonna
too.
say that.
Well, that's your
That
intuition. That don't mean it's that don't mean it's real. Though.
It's most of the time it is right. Most of the time it's right.
Yeah.
But I think when it's not right, that's when you scold a man like you scold a child. That's the bad thing about dating women. I'm not saying dating men. I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying dating a woman. She raised her kids, and for some bizarre reason, that mother nature nurturing they want to nurture you and tell you what you shouldn't do, where you should go, and that you are lying. And you might not be lying. You might just say something she don't like. Like then again, I was watching one movie, and the homeboy came home from his wife and said she had his bag packed, and she was telling him, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? He said, okay. And he grabbed his bag and was leaving. And she said, no, tell me why. He says, no, forget it. That's how you feel. I'm out. You can pay the rent here. I get my own place. And he pulling the luggage one way and she's pulling the other way. So why?
Because sometimes it does not add up. And there's several things. Like, for one, you can say, hey, I'm going on a vacation with Henry. If you're going on a vacation with Henry, why you can't answer your phone?
Yeah.
Stuff just does not add up. It doesn't.
Why you gotta call me on my vacation with Henry?
Come on.
Hey,
Come on now.
Keisha.
Come on now. If I talk to you every single, I'm not trying to put you in here. I know you're about to say, I'm not trying to.
I'm calling you right now. What's up?
All I'm saying is this: it doesn't add up. If I'm talking to you every day, all the time, and you go out of town, and you can't call or you're not answering. I mean, stuff just doesn't add up, and we as women know, because unfortunately, we've been there.
What makes you think I can't call you while you out of town? I can call you when I get ready.
No, you
Because I'm
can't.
sure y'all call us.
Why can't I call my husband when I get ready?
Now we ain't talking about husband now. That's a different.
Well, are you significant other? Right. Why can't I call?
Well, both men are grown. He might be doing something he don't want to be interrupted with. I can call you and you be watching your soap operas. You might not even answer the phone.
Daddy,
I'm going.
You talk to your girlfriend. Or you talk to your girlfriend and won't even click over to say, "Hey."
Oh yes, I will.
Totally different.
You know, if I'm in a relationship, I'm gonna always answer.
And days
I'm gonna
at a time. Days at a time. You can go without talking to your significant other for days at a time. No. That's not adding up to me. So when you get back from your vacation, guess what you won't have? Me.
You know what? I hate to tell y'all this, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Because pimping ain't easy, as my boy from the gym would say. And I'll just tell you the truth, ladies. If a woman's like a bus, because there's so many of them running on the street, if you miss one, you can catch another one.
And you know
pack your bags, young lady. Pack your bags.
I understand that.
Come on now.
I understand that, and I'm confident with who I am and what I have to offer, to know that no matter what bus he get on, that bus ain't gonna
be the bus like me,
like my bus. So
it ain't gonna be my bus. That's right.
Another bus. That's fine, because if that's the case, I don't need him.
That's
I don't need him. I don't want somebody who goes on vacation for days at a time. And I'm not saying you have to check in. I'm saying you need, if I call you, I'm calling
answer the phone.
Something is either wrong. I'm checking on you. I'm not calling to ask you questions about where you went, because I'm not that type of female. However, I do expect for you to answer or text, hey babe, something. But when you go MIA, lights start blinking with us.
Yeah,
because y'all, you know why? Because you're not trustworthy. You think that because
no, it ain't because we ain't trustworthy.
You know what?
That's the problem trusting you,
Henry. I'm gonna sing a song. You ready, Henry?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna sing a song.
Yes, sir.
Fellas, here comes the best song in the world. I sought the sheriff, but I did not shoot.
No, Daddy, you just said
that is when you're on vacation. Y'all don't call no. Y'all out in the street. Or you send a picture.
I do.
Hold on.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know. You're not talking about me.
For me and my friends, we're not like that. No, I don't know of any female that's in a relationship.
We're not talking about your friends. We're not talking about you. I'm just telling you. You will send a picture to your man that you having dinner at the precise time when you at the table by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then we know you lying.
Daddy,
hold on. We know you lying because we can see the other side of the glass.
Here's the
Nah.
thing.
I
Women,
don't
No.
know.
like
We
y'all
don't
said,
have time
like
for
y'all
these.
said
Women
earlier,
are used
women are
to this.
players too.
We do
Women
not
are
have
players
time
too.
for
They,
these
they players too,
Y'all
Terry.
the one.
Terry, just like you said. I agree.
We are players
You
too,
just
but
grasping.
I agree with you too, Keisha. You should be able to call that person your mate at any time, and that person should answer. But like Terry
Yeah.
said, there is, you miss one bus, you get on another bus. But in today's society, man, you got Uber drivers, you got Lyft and everything. You know what I'm saying?
and there's also more than one fish in the sea too.
Right.
See, now
Right.
here we go. Now she finna get started.
Right. But also in today's society, you have to realize that all women ain't good women, and all women mean good.
It-
So when you
Right.
have somebody that's actually calling you to check on you, actually
And acting right,
acting
right.
right, wanting to help you grow, wanting to help you financially and things like that, you shouldn't want to get on another bus. You should
That's
want to
right.
get the
You
bus
shouldn't want to jump on no Greyhound or
Right.
nothing else.
Unless your intentions aren't pure.
Right. But Daddy, I don't know.
Or the
You
right thing.
grasping. You grasping over it, Daddy.
Nah, I'm not. I'm just saying. Look. First of all, hold on. Thanks for tuning
Terry said
in
we
to
out of
NCBS
bounds with
American
that one.
Network. Where we have a we have a look with the global reach listen out of bounds. That was a good one. That was a good one.
It was
But
good.
no, what I'm saying is,
That was good.
Vonda.
Vonda said that. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Vonda. You have to look at the big picture. The big picture. If you call me once a day while I'm home, and say we're not living together, say you living across town, and your job has got you, whatever it is, we can't see everybody every day. You call me once a day, and then I go on vacation. You call me 3 times a day. Come on, y'all.
We're not saying that. That's not what we're saying. What
We're
we're
not saying
is you
that.
go on a vacation for multiple days.
Women
and I
don't trust a
hear from
man
you.
if
That's what we
he
know.
go to the club. I told y'all last week, baby, I'm going out. Have fun. We say we going out. Where you going? Who you going with? It's the same. Go ahead, Henry. I'm sorry.
Keisha said it last week too, bro. You know what I'm saying? She said if her dude got them gray sweats on, he can't go out the house.
Did
you not, Keisha? Did you not?
I said, let me get it right now. If you're gonna quote me, I said gray sweatpants and a fresh haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Well, why not?
She did.
I did
Why
say
not?
that because that's for me, and just like I'm sure there's stuff that he don't want me wearing. That's for me. I don't mind him going out. I don't mind him going to the club. I don't mind him hanging with friends, but don't wear them gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
That's for me.
And have a nappy head and
black. He can have a fresh haircut, just not. They can't be together, Henry. That's
not together with the sweatpants.
Some things are for this. You married. Some things are for just the two of you. Some things are for the relationship. And them gray sweatpants and their haircut that's for me.
Well, nope. If you watching, my bro, yo.
Hey. I want to apologize to him because I didn't mean to raise him like that. but really, I'm a few seconds behind, so I apologize. But really, when you think about it, you have if there's no trust, then there's nothing. Because just like a woman, just like a man, if they want to step out on you, they don't have to go on vacation and step out on you. They can go to the grocery store. If you want to find a woman, she at the grocery store. She at shopping. She's something like that. But it doesn't mean you should check on a person 24/7. And then if they don't answer, that means what? Oh, he's doing something. Because the biggest problem men have is not their woman, it's her woman's friends. That y'all could in and say, well, girl, I called him last night and he ain't called me back yet.
I love how Daddy be saying his stuff like he done dropped a bomb and then try to leave.
Right. Yeah, he want to lay back right there.
No. Listen. Women don't do that no more. Now, back in the day, maybe, but it's a generational thing. I do believe we not sitting around gossiping to our friends, telling our friends. I feel like at a certain age, you get to a point where you don't listen to what your friends always say, because 9 times out of 10, they not in a good relationship themselves. you have to trust your man and your situation. If he going to the club and it's a problem, it's because that man has a history of when he goes to the club, he act a fool. It's a history there.
Well,
we don't
now,
just
hold
pop
on,
off
hold on.
and start asking questions about where, when, and why, and we ain't been triggered. Denise Vonda,
Well,
am
now
I
that's
wrong?
Yep.
Yep.
You feel like we just ask
agree with
questions
you.
just to be like, seriously?
No.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Why you think that?
Because you're
Yeah,
nosy.
Bam.
So you're
No,
saying that
yeah.
women will, and I'm being honest. So you're saying that women will question you without any
Provocation.
reason. They just asking you 1,000 questions and get mad
No.
when you go to the club
Just see
with
what you
No.
want
no
to say.
reason.
No.
Just see what you want to say. That's it.
No.
Who's got time to do that?
But I love how
You-
he
I'm
was so serious.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. You know why? Because when you met him at the club, you remembered he was doing.
Okay, so
So
then
now you
that's
think
what I'm
he's doing
saying.
the
It's a
same thing.
trigger.
That's what she's
Then
saying.
that's
There's got to be a
That's what I'm
reason.
saying. It's a
Right.
trigger.
But that doesn't mean, baby, I know you special because I raised you. He ain't might not be doing that. He might just be out with the boys having a drink. You
That's
gotta
true.
get,
That
you know,
is
give your
true.
man a chance. Give your
I
man a
guess I'm
chance
just
until you catch
confused as
him.
to why women are asking y'all where y'all going and things like that without, and y'all ain't doing nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Yeah, like she said, the behavior, yeah, is different. Like she didn't think the
Mhm.
behavior is different.
We know, we
No.
can tell.
Please. I got friends that say they bought underwear. They thought he had a new woman in his life because they bought new underwear. Maybe he had holes in his underwear and he needed a new pair.
That sound like
Yeah.
to me, Vonda and Denise, them friends be talking to each other, don't they?
The show
They
sound like it, don't
just
it,
women.
don't it, Keisha? Hmm.
They just
Keisha.
women.
Okay. See, just like mama, just like daughter and daddy. Terry, when he drops something, he sets all that. Keisha thinks she done dropped. Look here. Keisha thinks she done dropped something. She
I'm just-
I just have such a good time with y'all. I do.
Go ahead, Vonda. I know you were saying something. Go ahead, Vonda.
No, I wasn't saying. I think that was who was saying. I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. I just think that it's okay. I mean, if you really worried about your man going out, then get dressed and show where he's going. Just be bold about it. Just be bold about it.
Did you say show up where he's going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, we're
Where
not
he-
going now. No.
If I thought my
I'm
woman was
not-
cheating on me and I thought she was and she said she was going to a club and I was really that concerned and I had a low self-esteem, I jump in my car, get clean as I can with a $5 in my pocket because she probably took every penny I had. And I go to every club I can to see what she doing till I find her. Then see what she doing.
Ooh,
Then what?
Daddy, you're
Yeah.
toxic.
Then what?
well, no, he's not toxic. He just ain't gonna get to many clubs with $5 in his pocket.
Not in the money. You
I'm
don't get
saying-
one of them.
I'm saying if I feel that insecure, that's what I should do.
But
Instead of wait till you
so
come
that
home.
brings up
Hold
something
on,
else. Should you be in a relationship then?
hold on, young lady. Let me finish. Let me finish, young lady. And others sitting there when I walk in telling me I'm lying. Where you been? What's that on your collar? I could have seen your sister at the club and Monique had her makeup on, rubbed some makeup on my collar. I come home and you want to beat me up. Come on now. Let's be for
I
real.
don't understand why
I'm not saying men are babies. I'm not saying they honest. You know your man better than anybody else, so I understand that. But what I'm saying is, on a general note, if you haven't caught him doing something, then don't assume he is until you have proof. People have what they call it, the spidey senses. That's what they call it. Y'all ain't no superhero. Y'all super Negroes. Y'all ain't heroes. Come on now. Talk
But
about
why even be in a relationship with somebody if you've got to go through all that?
Mm-hmm.
it. That's the best
Why
question.
Yeah,
even
if you
do
got to go
that?
through all that.
Why even be through that if I have to go to different, get cute and go to different clubs to see
Places.
why should I even bother?
That's what I'm talking about. That's
But like
that's
she
what I'm
said,
talking
you can still that, and then too, Keisha, you can still have proof right there in black and white, and they still gonna
It's still
take it to
lying.
their grave, girl. They gonna take it on to the grave.
Ooh, I
Not
know.
all of them. They will do that.
Ooh-wee. I know y'all
No
women
face,
ain't
no
said that.
case.
Yes, we are.
We ain't got
They
enough
gonna
time
go,
for me to address. We don't got enough time for me to address that comment you just said today. I'm just gonna simply say,
that's all you
because
can say.
we know women. Y'all come home, y'all put your coat in the closet, and that skeleton with it.
What?
Cause y'all better cheaters. Women are better cheaters than men.
Because we're
Cause
smarter.
y'all
We
said
just
it
have
earlier,
Yeah,
we're
that's
different
true
stupid. We
because
don't know
women
what
are
we're doing.
smart. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we agree. I agree with that.
I agree with you on that.
I agree, Laura. I agree. You see what she said?
See, here's so much bitterness.
I do.
Well, I'm not bitter. I just believe that you should give up. I'm not talking about me. I'm single. I don't care.
But
Plus, I
feel
don't go
you
nowhere
done been
anyway.
through some things.
Oh, I've been through some things. I ain't gonna lie. I've been through, but I will tell you, and people can tell you that know me. I'll tell you 100%. If I don't know how to tell you to make a relationship work, but if you want to mess it up, I can tell you how to do it because
Lie.
I've done it, and it's not nothing very nice about it. So, fellas, especially you young men out there, if you got that one that you think she is, do not let your friends, do not let another woman interfere with your relationship. That's just from an old cat that made so many wrong turns that he's telling us right. And that's coming from me. That's not about what a friend told me or not. I'm just telling you, when you hurt the woman that you love so bad that she leaves you or y'all go y'all separate ways, and then you realize later you want that woman, it's too late. So
Yeah.
don't do it. Don't do it. Grab your woman and take her with you when you go someplace.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
Yep.
That's it.
That's true.
That's the bottom
You
line.
spoke the word right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. All this bitterness and finances is all good and dandy. But when it comes down to the truth of the whole good relationship, it's cheaper to keep her. That's what one artist said. And the other artist said, it ain't no house. It ain't a house unless you're in it with me. It's not a home. Luther said that. Not said it that way. And that's what I'm talking
A
about.
house is not a home. Yeah.
There you go. And all I'm saying is,
But-
if you got a good one, go ahead and go ahead.
But Luther also said, "Ooh."
Oh, hold on, Henry.
Keisha, you was right
I'm not
to
gonna
put
say this.
Now,
Keisha,
what does that translate?
Keisha, you was right
What
to
does
put
that
a LOL
translate?
after that.
Right.
Henry, do you see what Keith put down there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she put LOL after it too.
My frat brothers don't cheat. Not all
They
of
don't
them.
what?
Not all of them
She
cheat.
didn't say all. She didn't say all of them.
Listen.
Don't go there with me, okay?
I'll go to the club and I'll flirt all day. I don't get no phone numbers. I don't hug and kiss on them. I bring my blood home, and I'm a cap.
Don't
So
go there
I'm
with
just saying.
not all of them, but don't go there with me, okay?
If a man wants to cheat, he's gonna cheat.
Don't. You
Okay.
know
We got about a minute. We got a minute left. So I want to say thank you to you ladies for a great topic and some serious conversation. Henry, I think we're gonna have to find us another brother. Come on, because we getting beat up real bad here. But
No, that's
the
by
truth of the matter
that's by
is,
design, my brother. We letting them think they're winning. You know what I'm saying? We letting them think they're winning.
Okay.
keep them
we
guessing,
go.
right? Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing.
But I just think it's important. So to anybody, male or female, if you got a good person that you're in a relationship with, make sure that you work that relationship out. because it's hard to find a good relationship.
It sure
And
is.
with that said, I'm going to say thank you to everybody who was watching, our special host and our special guest, Laura, for checking us out, because it's time for us to go. So thanks for tuning in to TAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach. I'm T-Rex. I'm saying deuces. And I got my people. Everybody throw up a deuce as you go, because you want to go out. There we
Out.
go.
Can I
Thank you.
Can I shout out Sandra, Cheryl?
Yeah, give a shout out real quick. Hurry up.
Sandra, Cheryl, Maisha.
Gary Stone was on also the new.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank
go
y'all.
ahead, Gary.